I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. Literally. I'm gonna go to jail for murder. Oh, this is legit. This is my home. I'm purchasing this house. All of this is legit. Yes. I'm looking to purchase this property. All of this is fucking legit. I would have knew that. Bitch, I wouldn't have came in and banked the cash, the motherfucker. If I would have knew the bitch was fake. The fuck? He gonna give every dime back I spent on the motherfucking windows for that bitch too. Every fucking dime I spent.
On November 16th, 2022, Brookhaven Police responded to a Navy Federal Credit Union in Brookhaven, Georgia, after a man attempted to withdraw $15,000 from a business account funded by a forged check. The check for $45,000 had been deposited 2 days earlier through a mobile app. The bank put it on hold, examined it, called police. The money never moved.
Yeah, I got you. What'd you know so far?
All right, so apparently, I didn't make contact with him. He's sitting over here in the office. Apparently, he deposited this check, I guess 2 days, was that 2 days ago? What's today's date?
Yeah, today's 16.
Okay, so 2 days ago, it was put on a 2-day hold, so it was supposed to be released today.
Yep.
So he came back in today. Do we know where it was deposited?
He did it on his app, on his mobile app, which is how it's kind of like.
Okay.
But I'm looking at it, and you can tell that it's altered.
So he came in to try to do a $15,000 withdrawal, and you said you've been in contact with this company here?
Yeah, and they confirmed that their checks were stolen, and this check specifically was payable to a completely different business.
Okay.
So we don't know how many checks they're in possession.
What was the clue to you that it was?
So when you, I mean, there's a lot of things. So like the fact that it's all, this font in general is not the same as the rest, which is a big indicator of fraud. We see a lot of fraud here. And then when you zoom it in, you can see that like it's blurry around the payee name. So it's
blurry around the what?
Around the payee name.
Oh,
So once you, because we're able to like blow this image up there, and you could just tell. So when I looked at that, I contacted the business, and they confirmed it was altered. Well, stolen. The checks were stolen, and that's not the right payee, she said.
Was this one of y'all's cards?
Yeah, it's just the debit card they used.
115, can you check it all in?
So, can I get? Well, I'm gonna need your information as well. But,
Okay.
I will need probably the contact info for this company so I can speak.
So all this is correct. It looks like I basically just Googled them, and the number came up, and then they actually got me in hold with the CEO.
Say the last part.
They got me in contact with the CEO, but I just Googled this business, and it's all this information, the address and all that seems to be right. But I called the number on Google, not necessarily the number on the check.
And then, does he know that? Does he know that he's been detained, or has he just told him he's been away? This one. Cool.
So grilled in the team. It came back to a David. The OLM, but I can't tell. I want to go run it and look at the picture and see what comes back on the picture. You want me to go in there with you while you talk, or you want me to go running first?
Can I have this?
Yeah, I'm on 4689.
Hold on, right.
I'll just go talk to him, see what he wants to tell me.
I'll come in there. I'll come in there with you. Okay. I'll go run this real quick and see what the picture looks like, and I'll be right back.
Hello.
How you doing today?
I'm good, sir. Hey, I'm Officer Flynn with the Brookhaven Police Department.
Yes, sir.
So, first, do you have any weapons or anything on you? I need to know about? No? Okay. So, the bank thinks that the check is a fraud. Is there anything you can tell me about the check?
No, sir. It's actually a check from my business partner.
Okay.
Been knowing the guy for years.
It's from your business partner?
Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, sir.
Do you mind if I take notes while we talk?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, where my pen?
And the check is a fraud.
No. They said
115, that's the individual I just ran. I gave you the
they said
goal in the road.
that they think it might be fraud. So, we gotta investigate.
Okay.
070.
Real quick? What's your first name? David. Okay. So you said the check was from whom?
It was actually the property is Purdue Properties. Is a Porter Purdue Properties is the name of the business. Actually, the check was from my business partner. It's just for repairs, actually for property.
Okay. So you're saying the check was for him?
No, it's for us, for repairs for the property. Yes, sir. We plan to put the money into the property and be able to take out the equity out.
We'll be out on Houston Highway, Brownwood Road, which was saying Romeo against.
Were you clear on that?
7424.
Yeah. Okay, so, sorry, I know we just discussed this, but
Yes, sir.
it's hard to keep track of some things sometimes. So, check was written to your business partner or to the group of you guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and who was the check from?
It was for Jeremy.
It was written to Jeremy?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It was one of his close acquaintances. We were just at the property Monday.
And do you know who wrote the check? What business?
I don't know the name of the business.
Okay.
I don't know the name of the business. But we were all literally just there Monday. We were just there Tuesday.
What property was it for?
It was for a property. The property is 2550.
Well,
If the check isn't good, I've already started repairs on this property.
yeah, I understand.
We'll go ask her something real quick.
Okay. Do you have the physical check with you?
No, I did not bring it with me. No, sir.
Were you the one that deposited?
It was a direct deposit, yes. Just took a picture with all of us was together, literally.
What, did you deposit on your
On my phone, yeah.
Okay.
All of us was together.
Gotcha. Who's all of us?
Me and Jeremy and the other gentleman. We were all standing there together.
Gotcha. Is there a phone number for Jeremy? And then who was the other person that was with y'all?
That was his buddy. I forgot his real name. We know him as buddy. He's normally with him though, all the time.
Is he part of the business decision?
No, well, just with this one, because we kind of needed his help. We're at a standstill.
Yeah.
Just with this one. But this is actually our first endeavor.
You and the other guy?
No, this is Purdue's Properties, our first endeavor.
Gotcha. So you guys were trying to flip houses?
That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, there's money in it. It's just, I don't know if right now's the time, man. Market's starting to change direction.
But you know, that's why actually what we're doing now is really more of investing, and we'll keep the property. It's just taking out the equity.
Who deposited this check? So you have a combined bank account for your company with whoever Mr. is?
No, I have my separate bank account and the business bank account.
Okay. Who is the of Purdue Properties?
That's Jeremy, business partner.
Okay. So which account was this check deposited into? Your
Business account.
the business account.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you're the one that signed to this check?
Yes, sir. What exactly is the issue with the check that you gentlemen are doing?
Well, one thing that we're looking at right now is I'm comparing. I would assume that you sign a lot of things being a business person, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So people tend to sign their signature the exact same
Yes,
way
sir.
every time, right?
Yes, sir.
And you know your signature is on your driver's license.
Yes, sir.
So I'm looking at your signature on your driver's license and I'm looking at the signature on the back of this check and I can tell you that they don't look anything alike. They look completely different. So that's the first thing that stands out to me.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But a signature on a business check is that really a problem? That's what I'm asking. What's the
So
problem?
that's not why we're here.
Okay.
That's just something that happened to stand out to me.
There's no way that he sent me a bad check.
Who?
The gentleman we got it from, because I've already spent money on the check. There's no way.
Who'd you get it from?
Buddy gave, the guy that was with Jeremy gave us the check.
Okay.
The only reason I met with them was to deposit the check. That was it. But
How well you know your business partner?
very well.
Yeah.
Very well. We both work at Delta Airlines. I've been there since 2011. He's been there since 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been there a long time.
Yeah. You got at least a decade together.
Yeah, we've been there a long time.
And then you guys decided to go into business
We
together?
decided to go to business together.
And then Buddy is who?
This is Jeremy friend. He's from Atlanta. I'm not from Atlanta.
Okay. And then so, what was the situation in which you got a check from Buddy for this property?
Well, the situation with that was we needed repairs to the property.
Yeah, I understand.
We needed repairs to a property, and we did not have the funds for the repairs for the property.
Okay.
Like you said, the market is amazing. If we can do these repairs, we'll have them come out and appraise, and we'll be able to pull out equity out of the property.
So who's Buddy?
Just Jeremy friend. Just a friend of his.
And then, so why? My question is, why is he writing your business a check?
Because in this property, he's in on it. He will be in on this property.
Gotcha.
Just because we needed his help.
Okay. So I guess the objective was this is the first property that you guys are
This was
going
the
to do.
first property to get
out
out
there.
there. The equity will get us another one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Did you learn anything?
I did. Mr.
Yes, sir.
So what did you say this gentleman's name is? Jeremy?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We've been to the bank together. We work together.
Been to this bank together?
Yes, sir.
How do you know Mr.
We work together.
Well, I see that, I mean, obviously you guys have a business together.
We work together, Delta Airlines. We have a job. Our first job is together.
Okay, so you know him from a
Yes,
previous
sir.
job?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long y'all known each other?
2011.
2011.
2011.
Okay. Did you explain to him why they called us?
Not yet.
Wow, that the check appeared to be fraud.
Yeah. So,
125. Okay, tell me.
alright.
But
So,
I'm sorry,
alright,
there's no way
here's
this
the
is
thing.
fraud because this gentleman actually offered to meet us here with the check. And the only reason we did was because it was closer
So-
to just do it over the phone.
The bank has been in contact with the company who is the holder of these checks.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So they have notified the bank that not only are they not familiar with your company, but that they have recently had checks stolen from their business, and that this specific check, 005185,
Yes, sir.
is written in their records to a completely different company. Okay? This check is fraudulent. All right?
Yes, sir.
So this is one of those things. I don't know if a police officer has ever told you this before, but this is one of those times where we know the answers to questions that we're asking you, seeing what you're going to tell us, and it would be in your best interest to be completely honest because that dictates which direction things go from here.
Yes, sir.
Right? So I'm asking you questions, you're giving me answers. I already know the answer. This check is fraudulent. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. The bank has been in contact with the company, this Community Construction Group.
Yes, sir.
And Community Construction Group, I had them ask very specifically if they were familiar with your company to see if there had been some sort of mix-up.
This was the first time.
And they're not. They're not familiar at all. The other thing that I find kind of odd is that, I know you said you've known Mr. Jeremy since 2011. $45,000 is an awful lot of money to have a bank account, a company bank account with a business partner who's not even on the bank account. I'm here to tell you, some of my closest friends in the world that I've known for 20 plus years, if our company was handling money like that, $45,000, you best believe that my name is going to be on that bank account as well. So just kind of odd that your company would be dealing with large sums of money to the tune of $45,000, but your name is the only name that's on the company business account.
Yes, sir.
Just something that's, again, kind of odd. So, you sure that there's no other information that you want to offer in reference to this check or anything like that?
Well, I really have nothing else. I do not know nothing else about the check.
Okay.
But as far as the situation with me and Jeremy, we have two businesses. Like I said, we've known each other a long time.
Okay.
We also have a trucking business. The trucking business was what he wanted to pursue. It is 100% in his name.
Okay.
The property
If that's-
business was it something totally different I
Again,
wanted to pursue?
If that's something, I'm not saying you're lying to
Yes,
me.
sir.
What I'm saying is it just seems kind of odd.
And like I said, that was the reason that I personally had to deposit the check, because he couldn't come up and deposit it with my account.
Mm-hmm.
It was basically my account. So yes, I did meet him and we deposited the check. But I didn't think anything was
But
wrong.
y'all deposited the check
Together.
through the app.
Yes, together.
Right. Okay.
But I didn't think anything was wrong because I've used the money, already bought stuff with the money, and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't think anything was an issue.
Okay. That is what I learned.
Okay.
How long's your business been?
This is a new business.
Okay.
This is a new business. The trucking business is 3 years old. This business is a year and a half.
A year and a half.
I want to say yes, a year and a half.
Okay. And
Year.
how long have you had the account?
Since June. Here at Navy Federal since June.
Okay. The business account has only been open for 3 months.
Okay.
Maybe in June. No, it's been longer than 3 months, hasn't it?
Remember just a minute ago when I told you sometimes I'll ask you a question that I already know the answer to? The business account has only been open for 3 months. He's the only one listed on the business.
Oh, I came in and
account.
opened it.
Again, whether or not that's
Their personal
agreement between the two of them, I don't know, but
And then he's telling me that the check, because he said that he deposited it, there's 3 of them there, and that the check was from a friend that he doesn't know. It's just a guy named Buddy.
That we've done business with before. We've told for him before and everything. Transported for him before.
and who does he work for? He works for the company on this check, or he's subcontracting you?
I'm honestly not 100%
Well,
sure.
see, therein lies one of the problems.
Yeah, I'm honestly not 100% sure.
So,
Yeah.
we'll be back with you in just a moment, okay?
Yes, sir.
I mean, 45 grand, man, I would be on that bank account. You know, so I asked if they'd ever had any suspicious activity on his account before. She said no, because the account's only 3 months old.
He said that he stated he's the one who deposited it. So he told me he's the one who deposited it. And so he spoke to the business.
She had the business on the phone. I only had to ask 2 questions. Is she checking on us? 115. If you're checking on us, we can text. But I asked the 2 very specific questions that I had her ask was, 1, I'll clear that. So the 2 questions I asked is, 1, are they familiar with this company at all?
Yeah.
Have they ever done business with this company? And they said no, that they have no idea who that is. The second question was, she said that this check had been written to a different company, and the company is Cason Environmental Demolition Services. That's who this check was actually written to.
yeah. Okay. So First things first, go ahead and stand up, turn around.
Could you please not arrest me in front of the bank and I'll walk outside with you guys?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
Put your phone down.
Just put it in my pocket, it's all right.
The reason I'm not gonna walk you outside is because if you decide to run,
Oh, I'm honestly not.
I don't feel like chasing you. Alright, just turn and face the wall. Let me make sure these cuffs are not too tight, and I'm gonna lock them so they don't get any tighter on you, alright?
Yes, sir.
We'll walk you outside.
Yes, sir.
To the right. Okay. So, the issue is the bank said that the check appears to be altered. Go and stand in front of my car, please. The check appears to be altered, and the account that the company that wrote the check has no idea who your business is, and they've confirmed that that check number was written to another business. Okay? So, you're telling me that you were given a check from a person that you don't know, you deposited it, and now you're trying to withdraw funds. So, the way I interpret that is you deposited a fraudulent check and you're trying to withdraw money from fraud, okay?
Yes, sir.
So, go ahead and face the vehicle. Spread your feet for me. Do you have any weapons or anything on you? Any contraband, anything I need to be worried about? Walk this way. Go ahead and have a seat, watch your head. Get your wallet, your phone, your inhaler, and your car keys. We're going to be going to that door right there to stay at the yellow line.
The bank employee identified the fraud before officers arrived. Inconsistent fonts throughout the document blurring around the payee name. Classic signs of a check digitally altered and reprinted. She contacted Community Construction Group through a number she sourced independently, not the one printed on the check. That single decision closed the door on the possibility that the contact number itself had been swapped. The company confirmed two things: they had no relationship with Purdue Properties, and check number 00185 was written in their records to a completely different company, Casey Environmental Demolition Services. Stolen check. Altered payee. Officer Flynn's interview was genuinely skilled. He asked questions he already knew the answers to, tracked inconsistencies across the conversation, and released confirmed facts gradually rather than front-loading everything. The suspect's account had surface coherence. A business partner from Delta Airlines, a property they planned to renovate for equity. A third person, named only as Buddy, who handed over the check. But the details frayed. He couldn't name the issuing business. He barely knew Buddy. He said all three were present for the mobile deposit, but couldn't explain why Buddy was involved at all. The business account was 3 months old. The suspect was the only name on it. Flynn flagged this directly: $45,000 flowing through a brand new account for a business partner with no access to it. Here is where the Fifth Amendment question becomes unavoidable. Miranda versus Arizona requires that before custodial interrogation begins, the suspect must be advised of their right to silence and their right to counsel. The harder question is when custody began. Berkemer versus McCarty holds that the test is whether a reasonable person in that situation would have felt free to end the conversation and walk away. Flynn told the suspect, quoting the footage, "We know the answers to the questions we're asking you." 2 officers, a bank office, an active felony investigation. A reasonable person does not feel free to leave at that point. Miranda warnings were never issued. Not before that statement, not at arrest. Everything the suspect said after that threshold could be challenged for suppression in a Georgia courtroom. Under the exclusionary rule, suppressed statements come out of evidence. The suspect's own account was the prosecution's strongest material, vague about the check source, unable to name the issuing business, admitting he had already spent the funds. The Fourth Amendment analysis is cleaner. Illinois versus Gates establishes probable cause by the totality of circumstances. A stolen check confirmed by its issuer, a mismatched authorized payee, a suspect who deposited it and returned to withdraw cash. That satisfies the standard. The charge is forgery in the third degree under Georgia Code Section 16-9-3. The statute requires knowingly possessing a forged instrument with intent to defraud. The knowledge element is where a trial would live or die. Flynn charged at the third degree level, rather than the first degree, which under Georgia Code Section 16-9-1 covers actually creating or altering the instrument. A reasonable call, knowing possessor, not the forger. In the back of the patrol vehicle, unprompted, the suspect said he never would have tried to cash the check if he had known it was fake. Spontaneous statements outside interrogation don't require Miranda warnings. Those words stayed in the record. Whether the suspect knew the check was forged is the central question. His entire story was an attempt to establish that he didn't. That is a legitimate defense, and it is a question for a jury, not for an officer on the scene. Officer Flynn receives a B+. Solid pre-arrest investigation, independent source verification before the arrest decision, proportionate use of force, proper handcuffing technique. The groundwork was genuinely competent. The deduction is for the Miranda gap. A careful investigator who builds this level of evidentiary foundation should recognize when accusatory questioning begins. The result is a suppression risk on the prosecution's strongest evidence. The suspect, David, receives a C+. Calm, physically, compliant, no resistance. But he gave a 15-minute statement through an accusatory interview without invoking his Fifth Amendment right to silence or requesting counsel at any point. The Fifth Amendment exists precisely for this situation. Silence is not evidence of guilt. It cannot be used against you. The right is only meaningful if you use it. The bank staff receives an A-. Proactive fraud detection and independent contact verification provided the evidentiary chain that made the arrest legally sound. Minor deduction for the second confirmation arriving during the police response rather than before it. For law enforcement, the Miranda trigger is when questioning turns accusatory, not when handcuffs go on. Officers who understand that distinction protect their cases. Officers who miss it hand defense attorneys their opening. For anyone being questioned, you can be cooperative, polite, and still say nothing. Those are not in conflict. Talking does not make you look innocent. A 15-minute statement gives a prosecutor material they would not otherwise have. For financial institutions, what made this case work was independently sourcing the contact information. That single decision converted suspicion into confirmed fraud, and confirmed fraud into a prosecutable case. Check washing and mobile deposit fraud are growing. Stolen instruments, digitally altered payee names, deposited through apps that accept images. The scheme exploits the gap between deposit and verification. Two-day holds exist for this reason. Whether this suspect was a knowing participant or a dupe handed a stolen check by someone who understood the scheme is the question a Georgia court would have had to answer. The footage does not settle it. What the footage shows is an officer who built a real case, made a legally supportable arrest, and left one procedural door open. One gap in an otherwise solid investigation, and it is the gap that matters most. The suspect was charged with forgery in the third degree and transported to DeKalb County Jail. The final disposition, any plea trial or sentence, was not available at the time of this analysis. The key legal framework, Georgia Code Section 16-9-3, for the charge Miranda versus Arizona, and Berkemer versus McCarty for the Fifth Amendment analysis, and Illinois versus Gates for the probable cause determination. If a Georgia court found custodial interrogation had begun before warnings were given, the core interview statements would be suppressed. The spontaneous in-vehicle statements would survive. That is a significantly weaker case for the prosecution. At the time of this analysis, no court records confirming the final disposition were available. If that information surfaces, we will update in the comments. Everything here is based on the footage and the confirmed facts alone. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic you would like us to discuss in the comments below. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to check out our channel for more police interaction and courtroom content.